And once you start with it, all of a sudden you're into, well, I might as well freshen the transmission while I'm here. I might as well put a clutch in it. I might as well, while the motor's out, rebuild the turbos. And it just goes on and on and on.
It never stops until you've rebuilt the whole thing.
Exactly. And that's what I ended up doing.
Didn't you put some bitchin' suspension on it? Woo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monkey Trap. Who's in the trap today? And away we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Monkey Trap. In the trap today, we have Big Chris. Now, you've seen him. Well, you've seen the lower half of him on my TV show. He's too big for the cameras. But you've seen him on Fast and Loud. You've seen he and I do some wild and crazy stuff over the last decade. And we brought him in to talk about his last one lap of America. Now, it's not what you think. I'll let him explain it to you here in a minute. But first... boom, there's your cold beer.
In a cup, in a solo.
Yeah, I don't have a beer sponsor right now, so I'm having to drink non-descriptive beer that has not a label on it. So as soon as somebody will pay me enough money, then I will have their can sitting right here to the millions and millions of people that watch me, and they will benefit greatly from that. So that's what we're looking for. New beer sponsor here at Monkey Trap. New beer sponsor for Richard Rawlings' life, because I've given the last 31 years to and they quit paying me. Can you believe that?
Sucks, dude.
31 years of my life.
I mean, that's like life imprisonment or a marriage or something.
Marriage is great, man. I got a new wife and it's freaking awesome. And parts of my other marriages were good too. I mean, there were, just...
Did your wives bring you beer?
My wife that I have now will do anything. She is the most freaking awesome, smoking hot smoke show on the planet. So we're not here to talk about my smoke show wife. We're here to talk about your one lap of America and why you keep doing this event every single year. And we keep pushing it every single year and trying to show all the stuff that's going on. And are we gaining traction for you? Are we getting something done?
100%. I mean, you know as well as I do, over the years, we've done road rallies, we've done, all the parties and whatnot, and we have fun and all the rest of it. But the one lap of America is different because it's track orientated. You are running against the clock at tracks around the US. So, it really is proper racing.
Yeah, for you that don't know, there's like the Gumball 3000, and it used to be the Bull Run, and then there's Gold Rush, and there's a bazillion of them now. But back in the day, when it was just mostly Gumball and Bull Run was still cool, we raced those races. I won the Gumball once, won the Bull Run once, and won half the Gumball once. But anyways, cool rallies. You party your ass off. You have a great time, and it's all about just getting to the finish line so you can have another party and then getting up the next morning and driving. Now, yours is racing, well, quote unquote, touring from one track to the next.
Absolutely. So, the ones that you was referring to earlier, those ones are a whipping because the next morning, you've partied your ass off and you're just tired and you go the rest of the week and, you kind of hurt at the end of it. This gig is different because once you're done racing, you're leaving the track 3 or 4 in the afternoon. You've done 2-3 events and it's full on. And then you got 600, 700, 800 miles on a leg to do to your next hotel, small hours of the morning, 3-4 hours sleep, and then you're back at it again. It's 8 days long. We did like 3,800 miles this year.
3,800?
3,800 plus the tracks.
Because the Gumballs usually, they try to hit about 3.
That's
and
right.
So does the other rallies. You hit 2,500. But Maximilian makes it hard on you on the Gumball 3000, man. He'll have 1,000-mile days.
Yeah.
980 miles.
I kind of like that, though.
Oh, my God. Well, if you're going the speed limit, it sucks. But if you're up in the front of the pack?
In an enthusiastic pace.
An enthusiastic pace. So what was your top speed on U.S. freeways this year?
75 in Texas at the limit.
Oh, God, he's lying.
Ask me in a year when the statute of limitations wears out.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Alex Roy? You're afraid to talk about what you just did? I'll tell you, I've gone 207 miles per hour on a U.S. freeway. I highly do not condone it. It was back when I was young and stupid. And, it's not an impressive, it's fucking cool, man. It's kind of fun.
Well, I'm not trying to one up you. Let's just say I've done 209, but it was on the Autobahn.
Oh, here we go. That's the Autobahn. But, so young kids do not try this at home or at home being America. Okay. So where'd you start?
We start in South Bend, Indiana. That is your starting point, and then you finish back there at the end of the 8 days as well.
Now, I talked to you several times during this one, and it rained almost every single day.
It was brutal, dude. I think 5 days out of the 8, it was very inclement, as we would say in the UK. So
do you need another beer? What? You're just like talking like this, like very monotone. This is supposed to be exciting. This is your fucking life, man.
Dude, it was exciting. I'm recovering from it now. I'm like, the only thing that's whipped at the end of this is me. The car wants to go again. But I'm ready. Give me a
Okay, so I know that you rebuilt your car pretty much all the way front to back in your little garage at your home, your humble abode. And I was worried because you start messing with a car, especially when you're wanting to go to the race. He had a perfect, nice, 2001 or 2?
2002 GT2 911.
GT2 911. Now, that's a badass car, and I don't like fucking with things like that. I like them to stay just like they came from the factory because there's millions and millions of dollars worth of R&D. Why fuck with it?
100%, and I'm with you. And usually I would say, yes, you're absolutely right. The problem is it's not like taking a low-mileage 20-year-old car and driving to the store and back. You are beating on it so hard every day. Like bearings, the material, the grease in bearings, it dissipates over a period of time. And once you start with it, all of a sudden you're into, well, I might as well freshen the transmission while I'm here. I might as well put a clutch in it. I might as well, while the motor's out, rebuild the turbos. And it just goes on and on and on.
It never stops until you've rebuilt the whole thing.
Exactly. And that's what I ended up doing.
Didn't you put some bitchin' suspension on it?
Absolutely. That was one of the main things we found, actually, because when we took the uprights out of the car, they're 20-year-old. It came with coilovers from Porsche. They're badass, but 20 years old, they're kind of lethargic and they're done. So Rawlings of Sweden hooked us up.
Rawlings. I've heard of them.
They are. They make badass coilovers.
All right. So there you go. So what was your favorite track?
This year I would have to say it was
dry one.
It was dry actually. It was here in Texas. It was Eagles Canyon. It's like a 2-year-old facility.
It's just down the street.
It is just down the street. It's like 40 minutes from here, and I'd never been before, which is kind of lame because I live so close. But that place is just technical. It's got elevation, a couple of good straights, and the facilities there are wonderful. So yeah, really liked it.
That's freaking rad. So did you have any close calls? Like when I was racing one time, I was racing this guy Klaus into New Orleans with my boy Dennis's brother James, actually brother Mike. There's so many brothers I get lost.
Uncle Mike.
And Uncle Mike, or whatever you want to call him. But I lost it on the freeway in his Corvette in his Grand Touring, and we got completely sideways in the rain. And I thought it was done for.
That's not good.
I know. I thought I was done for, but somehow I pulled it out and got straight. He didn't talk to me for an hour and a half and two packs of cigarettes later. And he finally opened his mouth and was like, "You almost killed me." And I was like, "Almost is the key word."
Those were the first words that came out of his mouth. He didn't cuss?
No. He was scared.
Aristocrat.
I was like, when I get in bad situations like that and it's gonna go bad, you know it's going bad.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's going bad.
I mean,
it's like I've had to take an emergency landing due to decompression in the plane. We were in a jet, and I just grabbed another shot of tequila and a bottle of champagne and said, "Fuck it, I'm not going to stop this problem. So whatever happens, happens.
Just relax for it."
Yeah. So, anyways, you're racing around. You started in Indiana and got back to there, but you came here. And how do you cover? I mean, tell me what states. Give me the route.
Basically, the states depend on which track you're at the next day. So we left Indiana. We went to Grissom Air Force Base for an autocross. And then later that afternoon, we went down to Memphis. We was at Memphis Raceway. Then we come across to Eagles Canyon that night. The next day, we're at Eagles Canyon. Then we go to New Orleans. Then we go to Atlanta. Then we're at Ohio. And then we're up at Gingerman. And there's a couple of little tracks in between as well.
That's bananas. That's a lot of driving.
It is.
So the car's already hot and tired and its tongue's hanging out from hammering on the freeways, and then you get on the track.
100%. So you're like changing your tire pressures, you're changing them down for the track, then you're going up when you leave, and it's just it's
okay. So what did you do about braking? Because that's going to heat up.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. It's funny you should mention that because you know how particular I am about my car. But we ended up with gyro discs. They actually very kindly helped us out with some two-piece rotors, and I ended up braking that hard at the tracks that all the material out of the brakes. All the dust came out and it actually scorched the clear coat in the rear quarter panels and the rear spoiler, so it's all like brown and yellow and burnt. So if it wasn't for those guys, it would have probably been not very good.
Probably would have just locked up on you. So you got some killer braking stuff done. So how'd you finish? How did it fare for you? Did you win this event? Did you?
No. Yeah. Unfortunately not, buddy.
I talked to you quite a few times and you were like, yeah, not doing good today. I'm not talking to you. You click.
Yeah, I was kind of like that. You know what it's like when you get in a zone. But, you know, at the end of the day, you can come up with all the excuses in the world. It was raining a lot. I mean, a 20-year-old car that was nicknamed the Widowmaker, and I finished, like, middle of the pack, which I'm kind of happy for. I think it was the oldest car from, like, first position down to, like, where we were, and I was kind of happy with that. But the main thing is this event, the car finished and it's still in one piece.
And this is for the Brock Yates Foundation.
Yeah, the Brock Yates Alzheimer's Foundation. So
what?
The Alzheimer's don't stop. Come on, man.
I can make these jokes. My dad has Alzheimer's.
You can make these jokes.
My dad has it. I'm probably gonna have it. They haven't found a cure for it yet.
Where's your beer assistant?
What?
I need another beer.
That was good. But yeah, shout out to our boy Brock for doing this thing and doing good for the Alzheimer's. You know, here at Gas Monkey Foundation, we do a lot of good too. So, you know, cool beans. So, what about, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we were talking about, no. Okay, you'll have to pour it under the table.
I can do that. I'm ambidextrous. I got this covered.
So you're ambidextrous. Does that mean that you can do both things with both hands?
Basically means I can do two things at once.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's not what your wife said.
Got me.
All right, so the last thing to note, because you just brought the car up here, and we're going to go talk about that in a minute. The exhaust notes sounded pretty good. So did you change up the exhaust, or you running stocky?
No, I did. It was one of those things we was talking about earlier. You know, when you start taking it apart, you got the motor and trans, you got everything out the car. I'm like looking at it, and the main thing is the exhaust on those cars weighs a ton. So while you're at it, you might as well change it out, but you still want to be able to talk in the car. And Fab Speed hooked us up with headers, full race exhaust, but still legal. You know, so it sounds.
What do you care about
fabulous.
Legal?
Well, I'd like to appear legal on occasion.
I don't even know if you're legally in the country.
Smidge.
Yeah. Jesus. You left your homeland. You know, I fucked up talking about England the other day. I told the story, though, when we were sitting in the car.
I actually heard this. Someone called me.
Yeah.
You need to be very careful. And we're going to England, and there's a lot more people than me, so you might need more protection.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke. It was a joke. You know what? People talk about Texas. People talk about America. You know, it doesn't hurt my feelings.
It wasn't about England. It was who you was talking about.
I don't even know who. Oh, the Queen?
The lady in the Range Rover we saw last time we was in
London. She put a fucking horn in the middle of her hood. It goes in the front.
She can do whatever she wants. She's the Queen. And that's not a joke. We did actually see the Queen.
I thought that the English do things proper.
But it is proper for a Range Rover.
Goes in the front.
It's a freaking English vehicle, man.
I didn't even know the English made vehicles. It's freaking crazy. So anyways, Fab Speed is the exhaust. Will they give me something cool for my Ferrari?
Dude, one of their exhausts on your 599 would be killer. And don't be worried by the noise level either, because they do like medium, loud, and what have you. But one thing I would say is when my brother and I, who was my co-driver when we did this event, we had Dynamat hook us up. So they did the inside of the car for us with their brand new like 3mm product, and it is sick, dude. It was just awesome.
Shameless plug for Dynamat. Whoa, and Fab Speed. I mean, you got anybody else you want to thank?
Abso-freaking-lutely,
Go ahead, use
dude.
my platform.
I absolutely will, because without these people, it wouldn't have been possible. So thank you very much, What can I say? All right, man. I want to say thanks to Olin Suspension. Product is absolutely superb. You need to use their equipment on one of your builds, by the way, because they're just killer. I want to say thanks to Tom at Amspec, Dave Hall, Restorer Muscle Car, Brian at BBK. Thank you very much. There's a lot of others as well, and I can't remember them all, but the one I do want to plug is Chiro at Petrol Hedonism, and you need to say a big thanks to Chiro as well for all the help and support in Europe, because you and I are traveling over to his gig at Nebworth House this year.
Nebworth House?
Nebsworth. No S. Nebworth.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, we're going to be there in September at Petrohedonism Crazy Car Show. Has it got a name?
Petrohedonism Live. That's the show.
Petrohedonism Live.
That's right. I'm hoping we're going to see some
Where
old friends
guys
there.
with cars walk around with their wieners out? Or?
I don't think it's that kind of show,
I'm
dude.
just kidding. Petro, Chiro, you're fucking rad. Thanks for inviting me over. I'm going to have a good time, and then I'm going to go to Greece with my smoking hot wife for about 3 weeks.
There you go. I'm going to get you finally have some of that proper British beer, not this thin stuff that's in the US. You remember what you said to me about that years ago?
You took me into some pub there, and it sucked, man.
Dude, Fuller's London Pride.
Fuller's London Pride. You know what London is full of? Their fucking pride. Nah, I'm just kidding.
That's what comes from having heritage.
Heritage?
Heritage.
Dude, I'm
Closest you've come to heritage was owning a full GT.
He's a fucking comedian.
Hey, thanks
There's
for
Big
having
Chris hanging out with us at the Monkey Trap. Wait till you see who's next in the trap. It's going to be good. I don't even know who it is. The millennials haven't told me yet, but we're going to have some fun with it and drink some beers. Make sure you're paying attention. If you're not a subscriber, you need to be a subscriber, and your parents need to be subscribing. Your kids need to be subscribing. I don't care if your kid was just born yesterday. Log it on, put their name in, and get them a YouTube subscription because this shit ain't going nowhere. Woo!
How do you spell tire?
Tyre.
That is not correct. It's Tire.
No. We'll spell color.
Color.
No, there's a U in it.
Clear.
Color.
Clear.
All right. I'm done.
You know what? I don't
I'm
even
done.
like you anymore.
I can't even teach you this shit.
You gotta drink beer out of a solo cup because some motherfuckers will give you some fucking
What is it?
beer.
Is it a solo cup or a to-go cup?
It's a solo cup.
So done with this.